What is going on, people? Zach here, welcome back to another video. Today's video we are doing Europa League predictions, quarterfinals, who's going to make it semi-finals, who's going to make it to the finals. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Post all content football related here, vlogs, predictions, everything, subscribe. Okay, so kicking it off here, the first game is an Italian battle at the San Siro, first leg. AC Milan versus Roma. Now, this is a massive game, both teams with a great chance. Obviously, Roma want to get to Europa League final again after losing it last year to Sevilla. AC Milan feel like probably they shouldn't be in Europa League. They're good enough to be in the Champions League, but that's not how it's worked out. So they're in the Europa League. AC Milan obviously are the favourites. Obviously got Rafael Leao, Pulisic is playing well. Loftus-Cheek is scoring goals out in Serie A, but Lukaku's out there for Roma. Obviously he's battered Brighton 4-1, which I'm happy about. Get Brighton out there.
We're in Europa League and they're singing we will never sing champions of Europe. We could literally win Europe this season if we wanted to.
I feel like AC Milan, having been in the Champions League this season and the quality they have, is going to overshadow Roma. I think AC Milan are going to win quite comfortably. I'm going on aggregate over the two legs. I'm going for a 3-1 AC Milan. Next one here, and I've got to try and not be biased, and it's hard to be biased for this one because it's Bayern Leverkusen versus West Ham. If you're new to the channel, I'm a West Ham fan. You should see by the vlogs down below. Yeah, of course we've got the hardest draw of them all. Obviously, Bowen's are doubtful for the first leg. Alvarez is banned for the first leg, and we're away from home in the first leg. Emerson and Paqueta, 1 yellow card for missing the second leg. So it's not looking good for us at all. The only way we get past this is penalties. Because, let's be honest, they're unbeaten in 41 games. We ain't. Why are West Ham going to be the team to break that? Logically, it shouldn't happen. But if there's anything I know about David Moyes, he's good at getting an unpredictable result. But will he be able to do it over two legs is the problem. The main thing we've got to do is keep him out the back of the net in the first leg. Because at home, we could do some damage. Especially with the fans behind us. At 8 o'clock kick-off at home in the second leg this time, not the 5:45. So that's the only place where the damage can get done. Away from home with no Alvarez and no Bowen, who's doubtful. Areola still injured. It's not looking good. That's the only thing we've got to do is keep them out the back of the net. Obviously they've got Nathan Tellers out injured, and so is Holozek. But they've got Patrick Schick who clutches up for them. So it's not looking good. And just pure respect, you can't not put Bayern Leverkusen through, can I? It's a tough one to call. I don't think it'll be as one-sided as people think it might be for Leverkusen. I think we'll give them a good game, especially if we don't get battered first leg. But if we get battered first leg, the home leg is just going to be rubbish. It's going to be pointless. But hopefully we can give them a good game. But I do think they're going to go through. My head says Bayern Leverkusen go through 3-2 on aggregate. But my heart says West Ham going to go through. So I'm going to put Bayern Leverkusen round for this one. Okay, so the next side, the other side of the draw, Benfica versus Marseille. And this is probably one of the most underrated ones, not being spoke about as much. Obviously, because two teams that aren't as big as the other clubs in the other ones. But it's an underrated game. Both teams are going to go head to head here. Benfica are the favourites for the first leg. Obviously, it's been at Benfica. But Marseille have got Aubameyang, top scorer in the Europa League, 9 goals this season already in the Europa League, and he's just broke the record. They're going to be high in confidence. They know it's a great chance for them to get through into the semi-finals, potentially a final. They're going to want to go do it. Benfica as well. The only thing with Marseille is they've got a lot of injuries. I'm going to read the list out here. They've got Mbemba, Ismail Assar, Jonathan Klaus, Rongier, and a few others, but I'm not really sure if they're starters or not. But that's just to name a few injuries, where on Benfica they haven't even got a single one injured, which is something bad about them. But in my opinion, I think Marseille are going to win. Don't know how tight it's going to be overall. I think Marseille are going to go through overall. I'm going for a 3-1 on aggregate. Alright, and now last game, it is going to be Liverpool versus Atalanta. Now this is going to be a great game. I feel like it's going to be more tight than people expect. I still do think Liverpool are going to go through. Obviously, I think they're the favourites for the whole competition. But it's just the fact they've got a lot of injuries, Liverpool. They've got Trent, Thiago, Bajcetic, however you say that, Matip, Jota, and Alisson. That's just, there's probably more as well, and they could even get more in training or whatever. whereas Atalanta have only got one, which is a centre-back, Scalvini. Atalanta are underrated. They beat Sporting Lisbon in the last round. Obviously, Liverpool won 11-2 on aggregate against Sparta Praha. So, yeah, I would be afraid of them if I was to face them. Atalanta aren't no walkover. They aren't no mugs. They've got Scamacca signed off West Ham. We know he can score goals if he's playing. So, do I think Liverpool are going to go through? Yes. Do I think they're going to go through comfortable? I think Atalanta are going to make it a hard game for them. I think they're going to make it a challenge. But I think Liverpool are going to go through. I'm going to go 2-0 on aggregate. Okay, now we're on to the semi-finals. And these are the semi-finals I've made. And the first one is AC Milan versus Bayern Leverkusen. Now, this is a brilliant game for a neutral fan at this point. It's going to be cracking game between two of the best sides in the competition, two of the favourites. Whoever wins this has a very good chance of winning. It's tough again because Bayern Leverkusen are unbeaten. Xabi Alonso turned down the Liverpool job as it stands. They're looking to get the Sporting Lisbon manager at the moment, but they ain't lost in 40 games. Bayern Leverkusen. AC Milan, they're currently 14 points behind Inter Milan in Serie A, so you can't be letting your rivals do that. Of course, Inter Milan are knocked out the Champions League, so this is one way they can get one over their rival this season, is by getting somewhere in Europe. It might be the Europa League, but still, it's better than getting knocked out like Inter Milan did in the Champions League. Obviously, they got to a final last year. But it's saying one over, already knocking Roma out, putting a statement out. Bayern Leverkusen, obviously, if they can get past Bayern Leverkusen, it'll be a job because it'll probably be their first loss of the season. But I think Bayern Leverkusen are going to do it. It's hard to write them off, really. Unbeaten in 40 games would be disrespectful not to put them through. I think AC Milan will win first leg at the San Siro, but I think Bayern Leverkusen are going to come up trumps, and I think Bayern Leverkusen are going to get to the final of the Europa League. Second semi-final now, and it's Liverpool versus Marseille, and this is a bit of an easy one for Liverpool. I don't see them having a struggle here against Marseille. I feel like Marseille, obviously, it's still going to be a tight game. It's a semi-final. Very rarely do you see them being a massive battering in Europe. However, Aubameyang, can he do damage to Liverpool? Definitely. Can he do enough damage? I don't know, because by then you probably will have the likes of Trent back, Matip, Thiago, or some of them. Obviously not all of them, some of them out to the end of the season, but you will have some of them players back, and it will be helpful. But also you could have other players that are injured. Salah could get injured, Nunes could get injured, Diaz could get injured, any of them, McAllister. Crucial players could get injured in the meantime, which have a long effect. But going off what I know and what's at the moment, Liverpool are the favourites here. And I think Liverpool are going to get through to Europa League final against Bayern Leverkusen. Now, this is the battle of Xabi Alonso management. Liverpool versus Bayern Leverkusen in the Europa League final. This is going to be a cracker. What a game it's going to be. And Leverkusen could still be unbeaten. This could be the game to cement their place in history as unbeaten, winning Europa League, winning the league. And I think they're still in the cup. So, well, of course they're going to still be in the cup. Where would they have lost? They haven't lost all season. So that would be a time to cement themselves as history if they haven't lost already. Whereas Liverpool, obviously they could have won the league by then. Or if they haven't won the league, try and get a bit of silverware this season on top of their Carabao Cup. It's a tight one to call. Obviously, I can go with a narrative that Bayern Leverkusen won't lose a game, but the chances of them losing the game against Liverpool is very high. Liverpool have been here before. Bayern Leverkusen, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very tight game. I think it'll be a 1-0 either way. But for the perspective of this video, in my opinion, I think Liverpool are going to win 1-0. I can't see them not losing, to be honest. Liverpool, if they got to the final in Dublin, the amount of scousers out there, the pressure on them to beat Bayern Leverkusen, who at that point it could be their first game that they lose Bayern Leverkusen, and Liverpool to do that, the pressure would be massive, and I think they'd pull through. I think Liverpool are going to win Europa League this season. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comments below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. Notifications on to get notified whenever I upload matchday vlogs for West Ham, all that good stuff. See you later.